Hi guys, this is Ginger Bandine here with Mission Driven Data. I'm just recording a quick video because I had a request from some users of Credible Behavioral Health Electronic Health Record to get some help extracting their DLA-20 records for a project called SPQM. But in general, the way that the DLA-20 form is written in Credible, it's just really hard to get your data out of there without a pretty fancy query. So I put together a quick query and I'm just going to explain how you can modify it to work in your system. If you're curious about more about the query, please feel free to type questions in the comments below. And I'd be happy to explain that in more detail, but for this video, we'll just go over how to customize the query if you're a Virginia user or any user of Credible Behavioral Health EHR and you'd like to get your DLA-20 out using an ad hoc query. There are other business intelligence tools for Credible, one of which I'm designing as part of Mission Driven Data, but I know a lot of folks can't afford Credible BI right now, and until there's another solution, which I'm working on, we need to use ad hoc queries for a lot of those folks. So I've written a quick query you can just copy and paste into ad hoc queries in Credible, but let me show you a couple things you'll need to customize. First of all, you can open the query in Notepad++, which is my favorite thing to use for editing text. Or if you happen to have SQL Management Studio installed on your computer, you could edit it in there. It just makes it a little easier. I'll show you the difference. This is Notepad++. This is SQL Management Studio, and as you can see, it has a lot more, it makes things different colors based on sort of smart text. I can't always remember what that's called. There's a fancy word for it. But basically, you can sort of see your text. Things pop out a little easier. But Notepad++ will work just fine too, or regular Notepad. And you can see here, if you get a copy of this text file, which let me know if you need one, you can email me at ginger@missiondrivendata.com or type a comment below and I'll get that to you. But anyway, in the top of the query, I've just included some comments that explain how to customize it. And you'll see that there are two main things that everyone needs to do. The first is in this line here, you need to put in your code that your agency was given by MTM Services. That's one thing you'll need to change. So just replace this 000 with the code for your agency. And then the second thing is way at the bottom of the query. Down here, if you have any test clients that you want to exclude from the records you send to MTM, they usually ask you to exclude your test clients, you would just type those client IDs in here with commas separating them. So you would replace these zeros with the client IDs, and you could add more as needed, like comma, as many as you needed in there. Or if you only need one, or if you don't need any, if you only need one, you could get rid and just type your one in there. If you don't need it all, you could just delete this whole line of code if you actually don't have any test clients that you want to exclude. So those are the only two things you'll need to do. Then just paste this into the custom query section of the ad hoc query builder. And what this is doing is just a quick explanation. The way the Credible DLA-20 form is built, you can record multiple scores across multiple days in the same form, and people are trained to then clone that form forward. So to get the date that so you would end up with one form on one date of service that could have multiple records of different scores for that client, and each score needs to match up with a particular date. And this query does that. So it matches up the scores on the forms with the dates and then eliminates any duplicates. And it also does some checking to see if you have any invalid entries. So if you don't complete at least 20 questions on the DLA-20, then your score is marked invalid. So those will float to the top of this query, so you can easily delete those out of your file. The other thing that could make a score invalid is if, and the form will let you do this, you can record a date that's in the future on the date of service. So today's January 1st. It'll let you record a score date of February 20th. So I've just marked those with that flag of invalid as well, so you can just eliminate those. Some people were doing that, I think, to keep track of when things were due the next time, but you don't want to pull those scores into your file. So those will all float to the top with a type of invalid, and you can delete those rows out of the top. It'll also show you a couple extra columns so you can figure out why those are invalid. But then when you're ready to send this off to MTM, just delete those rows that are invalid, delete the extra columns, and you're ready to go. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me by email or comment down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.